So we've recently been testing the new Specialized S-Works Tarmac disc. This is a really intriguing disc bike through some of the engineering solutions that Specialized have found. Now, when you design a bike with discs, both SRAM and Shimano recommend that you have to extend the chainstay to 420mm. That's because you've got a wider 135mm rear axle, and to ensure a perfect chain line for good gear shifts, you have to increase that length so that the angle isn't quite so extreme. Now, Specialized followed that form with the Roubaix, but when they were looking at making the Tarmac a disc bike, obviously that's their race bike. You know, it's a tour-winning machine. They didn't want to have to compromise by extending the wheelbase, affecting the handling, even affecting the weight by effectively having to make a bigger bike. They actually reshaped and redesigned their rear hub on their own Roval wheel. So it still follows a 135 spacing, but they've moved the cassette inboard on the hub to maintain that ideal chain line. And so what that means is that the bike is almost indistinguishable from the standard Tarmac. It handles just the same. It's got the same short wheelbase, so you can really throw it around, and it's really, you know, making it really kind of as exciting a bike to ride as the Tarmac we all know and love. Fortunately, the Roval wheels that come on the bike are as good as pretty much anything else out there. You've got a new, modern, wider rim, so it works really well with a slightly wider tyre, 25. You know, they're built to a really nice quality. The wheel proves stiff, super quick. The aero shaping is really good, so you don't get too buffeted in the wind. And as it comes back to the, you know, the bike as a whole, you are dealing with a Tarmac, super light, super race bike with the added advantage of these disc brakes. Now, we know there's a lot of skeptics out there when it comes to discs on a road bike, but to be honest, you know, since their inception, and now we're actually seeing proper, really good, high quality brakes coming onto the market, you only need to go for a few rides in the wet to realise just how good and how much of an advantage you get from a disc. Now, it's not about power, it's not about having ultimate stopping power, so you're not going to be skidding all over the place or doing endos or stoppies whenever you even try and put the brakes on. What you're getting is so much more feel. The power at the end is pretty much about the same, probably a little bit more, not too much, but the amount of control and the amount of feel you've got through the levers means you never overbrake. We've all had those moments going downhill when you're going too quickly into a corner and you have to get big fistfuls of a caliper brake on, and you're never sure whether you're going to stop, or if you do stop, it's all going to end messy, especially when you're dealing with a carbon rim. Now, on a disc, you can just feed in that braking much earlier, get just enough braking and get through the corner, and you actually end up just being quicker. And it seems counterintuitive to say something that stops you better makes you go quicker, but it does. Now, obviously, like any S-Works bike from Specialized, this is a bike destined and designed to be raced. At the moment, the law doesn't allow that, but I think what we're seeing here is probably the genesis point, the first time we're seeing what the bikes are going to be raced in the future.
There's more of the same coming soon, so don't forget to click subscribe, and let us know what you'd like to see more of in the comments below.